Dear student, welcome to ACE Online, digital platform of ACE Engineering Academy. This is Dr. G. Balaraju, Professor of Mechanical Engineering, ACE Engineering Academy. As a part of GATE 2023 preparation strategy, I would like to present the analysis of my subject, Industrial Management and Operations Research. This subject is very simple, only elementary mathematics required. When we see the syllabus, so most of the topics are operations research like linear programming, simplex method, transportation and assignment, CPM and PET. So what topics are very, very easy. Okay, once you see the weightage, last 5 years papers if you see, 2022, 8 marks. In GATE 2021, 9 marks. In 27 marks, 19 of course, only 5 marks. In 18, 17, 6 marks and 6 marks. So what is being observed? So this subject can give 7 to 8 marks, surely. From where you can get maximum number of questions. So which topic you have to focus? Which topic you can just neglect? I'm not saying that you have to discard a few topics. So each and every topic is important, but of course, previous question papers will guide you. So from the previous question papers, we will get the clarity regarding trend. So which topic is important, which topic is not important, just you can distinguish based upon previous question papers. So my suggestion is, please go through the previous question papers. Last 5 years papers you analyze. From where we are getting maximum number of questions. And also see the level of questions also. Whether you are able to answer those questions or not, check it out. 70 to 80% questions are able to answer, well and good. No doubt at all, 1-2 questions are tough. 1-2 questions may be very typical. Based upon 1-2 questions, you cannot judge. So my dear friends, so my suggestion is, which are very, very easy, just try to complete those topics early. So in the beginning, you take only easy topics so that you can have confidence. Suppose if you take any toughest topic in the beginning, then naturally you may be losing interest, and moreover, that may not be the picture in the next year paper. So when you are forecasting something, so previous question papers are always the references, and maybe we can say trend we can analyze based upon previous question papers only. So these are actually samples, simply we can say. 5 samples required to assess the next year paper. So I am expecting some questions in GATE 2023. So what is the base for me? Previous question paper. Just simply you can go through the last 5 years papers, more than sufficient. If you add 2-3 papers extra, then you will have questions related to practice only. Actually only for the sake of practice, you can take the remaining questions. So first you analyze. Okay, coming to this subject, Industrial Management and Operations Research. In short, I can call it as IM and OR. So just now we have discussed the weightage in GATE. Other than GATE, like a ESC, in ESC prelims, how many marks you can expect? And ESC mains, how many marks you can expect? And the basics of project management, one subject is that is nothing but, like most of the topics are related to only industrial management and operations research. So if you complete IM and OR subject, so you can even answer question related to basics of project management as well as quality standards. Since we have one topic, quality control in ESC, so that may be useful for your general studies also. So in general studies, 2 subjects are covered if you complete IM and OR subject. Okay, when you see the weightage of this subject in other papers like ESC prelims, mains and basics of project management. In prelims, so we are getting 3 or 4 questions like 6 marks, 8 marks. So consistently, like last 3-4 years papers, if you observe, 6 marks, 8 marks, 8 marks, 4 marks, 8 marks. So only 3-4 questions you can expect in prelims. So coming to mains, so no doubt this subject has weightage. So 50 to 72 marks. So 50 to 70 marks you can expect in ESC mains. And coming to basics of project management, so there is a possibility of like a 10 to 12 marks, like a 6 questions, 5 questions, 11 questions. Of course, here you have highest weightage. And in last 2 years papers, we had less weightage, of course, in basics of project management. And what are the important topics and where you have to focus? Once you go through the syllabus, ESC and GATE syllabus, so same headings: production planning and control, production planning and control. So what is the thing in ESC? Details are not included, only heading mentioned: production planning and control. So it is understood that, so whatever the contents under GATE syllabus, the same applicable for ESC also. In production planning and control, so we have forecasting models, aggregate production, scheduling, MRP, and a lean manufacturing system. So recently introduced lean manufacturing system. So in production planning and control, all these headings are covered. Next heading, inventory control. Just you can see inventory control in ESC syllabus, inventory control. So it is clearly understood that deterministic models, safety stock, inventory control systems are included under inventory control. And just simply OR, operations research mentioned. The details we can find in GATE syllabus: linear programming, simplex method, transportation models, assignment models, network flow models, simple queuing models, CPM and PET. So whatever topics covered under GATE, those are applicable for ESC. So common syllabus, almost 99% matching is there. And apart from this, like a 1-2 topics may be extra related to particularly line balancing. Assembly line balancing, you cannot treat that topic as a separate topic. It is covered under PPC, production planning and control. Break-even analysis is not mentioned anywhere, but it is a default topic. Break-even analysis, it is mandatory. So if you start this subject, we begin with only break-even analysis. Quality control is not specified, truly speaking. In ESC syllabus, quality control is not mentioned, but of course, you may expect question related to operating characteristic curve. So OC curve, and a few questions related to quality control techniques like SQC techniques, like bar charts, like a X bar chart, sigma chart, P chart, C chart, such kind of questions we get. Majority cases only operating characteristic curve. And coming to GATE, so what are the important headings? Then how you can identify important, most important, important and unimportant topics. So my suggestion, you try to classify the contents into 3 groups, like ABC classification type. In materials management, so we have one technique, ABC classification. So what is the concept of ABC classification? We use important items like a vital few and trivial many concept, and the Pareto's principle we use. According to Pareto's principle, so only few things are very, very important, and those items or those products will have highest value. Only 20% items will have 80% value, or simply we can say 80:20 rule. Similarly, ABC classification, A class items are very, very important, having highest annual usage value 70 to 80%, and the quantity point of view 5 to 10%. B class items 20 to 30% value, and similarly 20 to 30% in value. C class items very bulk, like a 70 to 80% volume wise, but only 5 to 10% value wise. Now same you can apply for gate syllabus. In gate syllabus, of course, all these headings, only 20% syllabus is very, very important. The remaining 80% will have less weightage. Only 20% topics will have 80% weightage. And 80% topics are having a 20% weightage. Now first you identify those items, like those contents, where you have highest weightage. Okay, so previous question papers will help you. So not only my subject, any subject, you try to identify the most important contents. So those contents you can keep under A class, like a group 1. In group 2, just like a medium in the sense, like having some weightage but frequency less. Such items you can keep in B type, like a B category or maybe B group. Coming to C, rarely we will get questions from those headings. So those headings you can drop under C, like a third group. Okay, when time permits, you can just go through the first group, like A class, more number of times, like a more number of revisions. Whenever time permits, you can just take only those headings. For B, at least some attention. For C, you can just only cover them. No need to repeat many times, just only 1-2 times. And in that also important things you can highlight, and those things only you can take. Because sometimes 1 or 2 questions you may be getting from that category also. Just leave it, nothing will happen. Because you should not spoil the, what we can say, the strategy. Like you have a strategy, first you cover the very important things, then after that, important, unimportant. So when you segregate things now, then it is really good enough. Because we have concepts like a lean production system. The same concept I am using, eliminate waste. So when you are preparing anything also, there also you can follow this strategy. Don't choose all topics and don't choose all headings. And if you take all the things now, finally what will happen? Even you could not able to answer the frequently asked question. So you know very well there's a frequently asked question, but you could not able to attempt an examination, then ultimately whatever your preparation strategy or preparation, everything is getting wasted only. So it leads to waste. Over processing is a waste, one of the elements in waste. So there are 7 elements in waste. So one element is over processing. Like if you complete all topics, not possible first of all. And if you try to cover all topics, then what will happen now? There is a possibility of missing the very important concept. Because the time is a constraint. Same time, all the contents are becoming constraint and you are focusing on each and everything. Then automatically you may be losing confidence. And so my suggestion is, smart approach is good. Hard work is good. Same time, smart work will have more remuneration compared to hard work. Okay, smart in the plan, like when you are preparing a strategy or planning, you must have a plan. There should be a smart plan and have smart approach. Like be specific, what exactly you are going to do. Like what is your aim first, goal you can set. Then how to score or how to get particular target. So your aim is of course 60 marks. Then how to score 60. How much time required, how much time available, daily how many hours are going to take, and what are the important headings. Like each and every subject, when you have a segregation, then definitely it is going to be useful to you. So otherwise what will happen, full concept, like if you complete everything, all complete things if you take, then it is becoming clumsy and you are not going to be clear. Like let us have the important headings and how I am identifying important headings. Like you will get doubt. So what is the reference for classifying the things? So I'm just giving this analysis. Last 5 years papers I'm analyzing. Okay, title wise, so topic wise, I have segregation. Like I start from the important, like most important topics, I'm identifying it as CPM and PET. CPM and PET is a very, very important topic in IM and war subject. You see the frequency. Almost every year there was a question from CPM and PET. So every year there was a question from CPM and PET. and guaranteed. And what kind of questions generally we expect from CPM and PET? Only network diagrams, that to critical path duration or expected project completion time. Anyway, I'll give the details little bit later, but right now I'm just giving the overview. Almost every year there was a question from CPM and PET. That's why I can choose this topic is very, very important. Next topic, inventory control. So inventory control has more frequency. Like if you see inventory control, basic EOQ model, that to formula oriented. Majority cases we are getting numericals, that to substitution type only. If you remember the formula, you can substitute and you can get the answer. It's only 2-3 formulas like a basic EOQ model formula and a minimum inventory cost. So minimum annual inventory cost formula, basic EOQ model formula. Enough. The remaining things only just simply matter of logic only, logical thinking. Number of orders, then how do you decide number of orders, cycle time, or it could be even total cost, how it is different from inventory cost. Total cost is equal to inventory cost plus material cost. So these issues you can manage. And EOQ model with the discount, sometimes discount is used, then if the discount is availed, then obviously EOQ can keep aside. Then which one you can take? Comparison, total cost comparison. This is like a matter of logical thinking. And the production model, again formula oriented. How the production model is different from EOQ model. If you have a summary sheet, it's really good enough. Basic EOQ model, production model, shortage model, EOQ model with a discount. Okay, such kind of analysis we can prepare. This is regarding inventory control. It is a very important topic. And coming to linear programming. So in linear programming, so see the questions. In 2022, 2021 there was no question from this. 2020 there was a question. And 2019 missing. Of course in 2018 and 17 previous papers, every year there was a question from linear programming. Only 2-3 years papers missing. Now I cannot say this is not important. So linear programming, graphical method, very, very easy topic. And that two variables problem, within 30-40 seconds you can answer the question. So 2 marks. So don't miss the opportunity. So when you have a small question, that to high weightage, like a 2 marks and one simple question, don't miss the opportunity. A lengthy complicated questions you are attempting and you are getting 2 marks, okay. Then you are going to waste a lot of time, and again now you have to think more than 2 minutes. But in case of linear programming problems, no more thinking, nothing, just simply graph you can take and just have some elementary mathematics. It's a very simple. And the simplest method also, if you know the logic and how to identify unique optimal, multiple optimal, then it's a very simple only. And clearly mentioned in the syllabus, simplex method only. Dual simplex method is not given. Only simplex method, of course, extension of simplex method, big M method. So what is the procedure and what is the difference between simplex method and big M method, that only we have. Under dual model, even that is not mentioned, dual model is included. Next, queuing theory. Again, this topic is like 50% mathematics. So if you know Poisson distribution, exponential distribution, then you can answer few questions. So simply Poisson distribution formula and exponential distribution, it could be cumulative function or it could be probability density function. Anyways, mathematics, probability statistics, you are going to study the same extension only, application of that, because arrival pattern follows Poisson distribution, service pattern follows exponential distribution. Then if you combine them, then you will get a single server queuing model, and only 3-4 formulas you come across: expected number of customers in the system, expected number of customers in the queue, wait-in time in the system, wait-in time in the queue, and probability density function for single server queuing model. So 4 formulae we have. If you remember them, if you by heart them, enough. 90% questions are only based upon those formulas only. It's only formula oriented, no derivations, nothing. And the Poisson distribution, one formula is there. Exponential distribution, one formula. When the range is mentioned, like some time, 0 to 3 minutes or 1 to 3 minutes, in such cases we will use exponential distribution. Probability of one customer up to 3 minutes or up to 3 minutes, 0 customer, such kind of questions, like a very, very easy questions from queuing theory. Next, sequencing models are important, because if you see the previous papers, almost last year and even before that also we had 2 marks questions. So then how to identify the most important topics? I can say CPM and PET, inventory control, linear programming, queuing theory. These 4 headings I can keep on one category. And the remaining topics like forecasting, sequencing, assignment, transportation, one heading. The remaining topics are under C category. Just like based upon this. Once you go through the slide, you can understand. And even I have given set 1, set 2 also. So where we had a question like a 2 marks question or 1 mark question, just I highlighted. In the similar fashion, if you prepare for remaining subjects, of course, useful. And even for my subject, very, very useful. Because I am going to use a trend analysis. Because when you are forecasting something, always you have to use the historical data. The past data definitely important and it is a basis. The past data and past data definitely you have to use for the new value. Like a 2023 we are guessing. So based upon the previous question papers. And also when you go through the previous question papers, what is the biggest advantage? You can understand the time, how much time required and the level of question also. And one more thing I need to add. Right now I am using the opportunity. So just I wanted to give one suggestion to you. When you are attempting test series, a few test series questions are typical, of course complex. Don't lose confidence. You are unable to answer those questions. So nothing to be lost and even nothing to worry. The reason is, in test series, definitely 2-3 questions are very typical because we set test series questions in such a way that even in gate paper also 1 or 2 questions very typical. From untapped areas, the questions were given. Unexpected questions also we find in a few question papers. Like I'm giving one example. In 2021, so there was a question from aggregate planning. Okay, truly speaking, aggregate planning has no importance. The last papers if you see, just see here, almost 2022, even before that, 2020, 19, 20 just you can leave it, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, even last 10 years papers if analyze, there was no question from aggregate planning. In 2007, there was a question. I'm talking about mechanical engineering paper. In production paper, of course, you may be finding some questions in 2011, 12, 13. But in mechanical engineering paper, there were no question from aggregate planning. But suddenly, in 2020, 21, there were questions. Like a few topics, unexpected things, like a 1 or 2 questions. So based upon that, now you cannot take the topic as important and don't waste the time. I'm not saying that you have to skip that. You can take that, but less priority you can give. Highest priority you can give to the important topics. So that is my suggestion. Even if you have time, then you can go through all the things. I'm talking about test series now. In test series, definitely you can find some odd questions, like a 1 or 2 questions. You are unable to answer them. Then don't lose confidence. Just skip those questions. And your preparation, always you can have the assessment. Why do you go for a test series? The main reason is it's like matter of practice. So you have prepared subject, you have prepared well, whether you are able to manage the question paper or not, like a real-time experience you will get. So you keep on attending test series and the more number of tests you can take so that you can plan your time. So time management is very important. Same time, you can get relief from stress also. Like when you are answering question within no time, it is becoming a practice only. And some odd question if you find in an exam, you prepare like you are going to prepare mentally. Like these kind of questions you may get in exam also. By chance if you get those questions, now you can answer well and good. Like a dynamic situations and even test series questions, some questions are like very, very typical and complex. The main reason behind the question, if you are able to attempt those questions, okay, negative marks you may be getting, no issue, but you are able to manage them, then well and good. Okay, these mistakes you don't commit in the real paper, like a 2023 paper. So when you are appearing for 2023 paper, you must have rehearsals. So have maximum number of mock tests, grand tests. So that is my suggestion. So Prepare well, same time you can attempt these test series question papers, and you take almost all question banks, and whenever time permits, just you try to solve the question. Then the best way you can choose, like a quickly how to answer, and moreover you complete the problem. That is my suggestion. Okay, normally what we do, when you're taking any problem, you know the steps and all, just okay, then when you're while preparing also, you may be taking up to some extent only. You're not completing the problem. My suggestion, you try to complete the problem. Then only you can understand the difficulty. Because sometimes units are very important. Okay, because of units, two times you're doing problem means it is simply we can say waste only. So again the concept of waste, over processing. One question, you know the methodology, you know the formula, everything you know, but you are not sure about the units. You are struggling for converting the units, like you are only focusing on units conversion. It's a really a bad thing. So my dear friend, have some patience. You complete the problem. And one more thing, virtual calculator. So when you are doing any numerical, just make use of that virtual calculator so that it is becoming practical. So e power minus something you are getting. Then how to get that value, or how best you can simplify. So possible extent you try to choose some square roots and cube roots. You learn a few things like approximate values. But in GATE, approximate values are not at all permitted. In EAC paper, calculator is not allowed. There, if you learn square roots and maybe cubic roots, like all these things, some kind of mathematical techniques like approximation techniques, okay, then useful. But in GATE, exact values are required, and virtual calculator you are allowed to use. You are permitted to use virtual calculator. Have practice. So that is my suggestion. Okay, now quickly I'll go through the headings. Like as I mentioned already, I classified into 3 groups. So how I am classifying, I already have given the reference to you. Last 5-6 years papers I have analyzed. Based upon that I identified the most important topics like CPM and PET, linear programming, inventory control, King theory, of course forecasting. So here you may be finding some 2 marks question related to errors, and very easy topics. All these 5 topics are independent and no connectivity. So what is the beauty of my subject, IM and war subject? All topics are independent except linear programming, transportation and assignment. But of course the connection is there, but however I cannot say without having linear programming you cannot proceed for transportation. But some places you may be getting some struggling, like a basic variables, basic feasible solution, or it could be degenerate, non-degenerate, and UV method, particularly dual variables, such kind of concepts. If you know the methodology, okay, so linear programming is of no use. So even though you are not sure about linear programming, still you can attempt transportation model questions. Even assignment model is a special case of transportation. There is a connectivity, but of course you can take individually also. Assignment model, it has its own algorithm, Hungarian's algorithm, you can use it and you can answer the question. So no issue at all. And break-even analysis, of course, this is a very easy topic and silly topic. And coming to this side, B items, like I'm saying like a B set. So ABC classification, mechanical engineering people, you are very much aware, ABC classification type. So in A category or set A, 5 topics are there. In set B, 4 topics. In set C, 3 topics I'm including. And coming to the weightage, of course, if you complete set A, 4 to 5 marks you can gain. And how much I'm really required for completing these headings, it's a matter of only 20 or 25 hours. And the remaining topics could be 30 hours. So 20 hours, 4 to 5 marks, just imagine. So 5 hours, like a 20 hours, 4 marks you are getting. Every 5 hours, like 1 mark you will get. So 5 hours if you spend 1 mark means like a daily, if you complete 2 topics, then it is really easy. So similarly, you take all headings like in design, thermal, production. In design, you may expect 23, 24 marks, not more than that. In production also same story, 23, 24. Thermal also same, 23, 24. Suppose you only are focusing much on thermal engineering, then how many marks you will get? It's a matter of only 20 or 22, maximum extent. No one can score 24. fluid mechanics, heat transfer and thermodynamics and applied thermodynamics. All together, you may score only 20 to 21, 20 maximum. And you are losing other things. So my suggestion, balance, thermal engineering and design, production. 3 streams we have. From each stream, at least you have to score 15 marks. 15 is going to be your minimum target. You can keep like that. Design 15, thermal 15, production 15. So because my subject is management, so I need to talk about planning. So plan your work and work your plan. First, have a plan. This plan is to be revised again. So time to time you have to revise. So initially you can keep a target. So 45 marks from technical subjects. And don't neglect mathematics. So mathematics will give 12 to 13 marks. Even sometime it could be 14 marks also. So easily you can score 10 marks. From aptitude, out of 15, easily you can score 10 marks. From non-technical, in the sense aptitude and mathematics, 20 marks and these are 45. So worst case, you will get 65 marks. So just minimum target could be 60 to 65. Or you are not comfortable, at least you can keep target as 50 marks. And how to improve the, like always you have a building block concept. So just start with only 50, 55, 60, 65, then like a month wise you have to improve your target. And you have to go for high targets, like a first initial target. Next target you can keep and don't get down. Like generally what we do, we take all topics in the beginning. And if you you keep on moving, no, then automatically what people are doing, dropping. That should not be happened. So we should not drop. Like initially we have aimed for 90. Then as time is passing, then you are slowly reducing your target. That should not be happened. Always in the progressive manner. You must have progress. So start with only 50, 60 marks and you try to improve your score or you improve your marks. Then what is the best strategy for that? First you complete. Okay, then you will have confidence. Okay, now 100% guarantee I can score 60 marks. I can have 60 marks. Like that confidence you have to build. Once that level is over, then you try to improve your things. Like first A class you can complete, A set. All subjects, A groups you can finish first. Then check it out, how many marks you will get. Example, from this subject you can get 4 to 5 marks. Metal casting. So easily from that you may be getting 2 to 3 marks. From metal cutting science, merchant circle and Taylor's two-leaf equation, there you will get 2 to 3 marks. In advanced machining method like a SIM, G codes and M codes, a few areas if you focus, you will get 2 marks. In metallurgy, again 1 2 marks you will get. And even from production I am talking, so easily you can score 12 to 13 or maybe up to 15 marks you can score easily. Okay, from set A. Similarly, from fluid mechanics, from basic thermodynamics, and even from heat transfer. And like when you are taking the subject like a fluid mechanics, thermodynamics and heat transfer, just choose like this set A topics and complete them. Then from there also you will get 12, 13 or 14 marks. Then you can go to production. People are weak in thermal side. Okay, for PI people I am suggesting. So have some topics like a fluid mechanics. Very easy. And basic thermodynamics up to some extent, okay, you can manage. Heat transfer, conduction and convection you can manage. I'm talking about PI people, not mechanical engineering. So have some areas and just prepare well those areas. And first 2 to 3 months, you complete only set A. And all topics you take after that. I'm not taking that B and C you have to neglect. First initial stage, A set you can complete for all subjects. Like in each and every stream, you identify A set, like A group, then you complete them and check it out, how many marks you can get. Next month, time permits, you can take the B. And similarly, you can go for C. You add the topics. Again, you revise. When you're revising or repeating, then again start with A only. And finally, these A sets or the A set contents, you have to repeat 3 or 4 times. Then definitely you will get good rank. So even you are not getting time, just leave it, B and C, or C you can leave it. Nothing will happen. Because your target is going to be 80, 90 or 80, 70, 80, then of course you have buffer like no factor of safety type 20 to 30 you are going to lose. So people will say you can aim for high target like no 95, 98 or 96. Then if you get down, it's no meaning at all. So just always a realistic goal you can keep. I'm not pessimistic. I'm optimistic only. Always I'm trying to go for progressive manner rather than like in this like no. Your graph should be in the positive trend type. Like you have to move in the progressive side. And 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. You have to improve your marks month by month. That is my strategy, maybe my suggestion. Okay. And coming to the headings, like as I've given already. So what are the important headings and each and every way? At least I'm just giving some idea. In CPM and PET, what are the possible questions and how to begin this topic and where you have to focus? Just let me explain topic wise. In CPM and PET, mainly we'll get question related to project completion time. So majority questions related to only project completion time or critical path. Critical path duration. So what kind of question generally we get? Project completion time or critical path duration. And what could be the given data? The given data could be diagram. So network diagram is given to us. If network diagram is given, sometimes. If network diagram is given, it is only matter of 10 seconds. Just believe me, if diagram is available, from first node to last node, how many paths are there? Longest path is going to be the critical path. It's only matter of 10 to 15 seconds if diagram is available. Okay. Next, activity duration. Activity is given in the form of I to J, duration in terms of suppose a days. So just you can find only 2 columns. Activity like a 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 4, such kind of things you may get. This problem like say 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 5 days, 3 days, like what you will do? 1 to 2, like we can draw like this. I'm extending just let's say matter of 1 minute. 2 to 3, say 4. So 1 to 2, circle 1, circle 2 you can join and you can keep the duration as 5. 1 to 3, duration 3, 2 to 3, 4. So this diagram, once you get the diagram now, it is only matter of checking the paths. How many paths are there in this? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, one path, 1, 3, another path. 1, 2, 3 is the longest path. You can highlight this. So what is the project completion time here? 9 days. 5 plus 4, 9. So very simple. Sometimes diagram is given, directly network diagram is given like this. Sometimes instead of giving diagram, activity duration mentioned. And some cases, activity predecessor or depends on duration. So 3 columns are given to us. Activity A, B, C, D. So what is generally expected? So A has no condition, B has no condition, C after A, D after A, B. So 5, 4, 3, 6. And the question is again project completion time. In this particular case, just you can make use of AON diagram, activity on node diagram. It is very simple and a silly thing. A has no condition, B has no condition, C after A, D after AB. Oh, very simple. And what is critical path in this? AC 8, AD 11, BD 10. What is the longest path? ED. Project completion time is equal to 11. Longest path is the answer. So 90% the questions are related to like project completion and critical path duration. Some question related to PET network. The same data given to us, instead of giving a single value, 3 values are given to us. Optimistic time, most likely time and pessimistic time, and you are supposed to find out expected project completion time, that is related to PET. And sometimes CPM network only given, and you are supposed to find out float calculations, total float, free float, independent float, and in few cases probability of project completion. So CPM cases, float calculations are important. In PET cases, we are supposed to find out expected project completion time, variance of critical path, standard deviation of critical path, project duration distribution, and probability of project completion. And coming to last topic in CPM and PET, that is the project crashing. In project crashing, what are the possible questions? Target time is given to us, and we are supposed to find out total cost for project completion, for particular project completion. Like a target is mentioned, so and so time is required to complete the project. So what would be the project cost? Okay, such kind of questions we'll get. Next topic, inventory control. In inventory control, so where you have to focus? Deterministic models. Under deterministic models, so the main heading like a deterministic models. Basic EOQ model is important. Basic EOQ model or simple purchasing model or Wilson's model, it is important. Next, production model, manufacturing or production model. EOQ model with shortage. And EOQ model with price break. So these 4 headings are important, but among these again, so which is given priority? First 2. Basic EOQ model, EBS model, maybe manufacturing or production model. Only formulas, and just try to have a comparison. So 90% questions are related to only these headings, and sometimes the question could be EOQ model with the price break. Tricky questions like total cost comparison. Okay, so in ABC classification and other things, only 1 mark questions. Only lead time, reorder level, safety stock, rarely we will get questions, that too only 1 mark questions only. So 2 marks from this heading only will get. Next, linear programming. In linear programming, graphical method is important. So the question could be problem formulation. Like a problem formulation, maybe mathematical model we have to develop. After developing mathematical model, we have to solve the mathematical model. So problem formulation, a story problem is given to us, and from that story we have to formulate mathematical model. Once you get the mathematical model, then you can solve that. That is one type of problem. And another one, possible solution, type of solution. So what kind of solution the LP has? So type of solution in the sense unique optimal, multiple optimal, degenerate, unbounded, infeasible. So mathematical model is given to us, and you are supposed to decide whether it is unique optimal or multiple optimal, degenerate, unbounded. Okay, normally multiple optimal means if any one of the non-redundant constraint is parallel to objective function line, there is a chance of getting multiple optimal solution. So my suggestion, elimination criteria you can follow rather than selection criteria. Start with multiple optimal solution, then unbounded solution, degenerate solution. You can make use of simplest method concept, entering variable. There is no least to positive ratio, then we can call it as unbounded solution. If tie occurs with respect to leaving variable, in the sense when you take the entering variable, the ratio same, least to positive ratios are equal, then you can call it as a degenerate solution. Okay, such kind of analysis we can use. That is related to graphical method. In simplex method also, again now in simplex method, 99% the questions could be table is given to us, or you are supposed to decide whether it is unique optimal or multiple optimal, degenerate, unbounded. Okay, such kind of questions Generally we expect under simplex method. Dual model related to unit worth of constraints and all. Dual model, it is a very easy only. So when you have to use dual variables and when you have to use dual model, remember when the question is unit worth, then you can use dual model. And when the problem has more number of variables and less number of constraints, better you can convert it to dual model and you can proceed. And coming to next heading, simple queuing model, there are 4 formulas in this. That is actually we have only one model in our syllabus, that is m by m by 1, FCFS by infinity, Kendall's and Lee representation, you know very well, E by B by C is to D by E by F. Poisson arrival, exponential service, single server, first come first serve, and queue discipline, infinite population permitted, size of source is equal to infinity. This model only we have. There are 4 formulas in this. What are those? The first formula is rho, lambda by mu. The second formula LS, rho divided by 1 minus rho, and LQ is equal to rho into LS. And the third formula WS is equal to LS by lambda, WQ is equal to rho into WS, and the probability of n customers is equal to rho power n into 1 minus rho. You believe me, if you remember these 4 formulas, you can answer any type of question. And coming to Poisson arrival, again you have what? Mathematics, like when you have probability of n customers. So lambda power n into e power minus lambda n factorial. Suppose one time is mentioned, lambda t whole power n into e power minus lambda t n factorial, if time interval is mentioned. This is a Poisson distribution. And coming to exponential, ft is equal to lambda into e power minus lambda t. So capital F t is equal to 1 minus e power lambda t. So these things, like a simple things only, like a mathematics, and easy, you can answer the question, simple queuing models. Next, forecasting. In forecasting, so where you have to focus, exponential smoothing. Exponential smoothing is important. Okay, from this heading only we'll get 2 marks questions. Majority cases 2 marks question from only exponential smoothing. And the remaining forecast errors like MEAD, normally MEAD we have to find out. And MAP, in the recent papers you can find a question related to mean absolute percentage error. So percentage error means error divided by the true value. Absolute error divided by true value, there is nothing but absolute percentage error. And the mean you can take, that is a MAP. So majority cases your questions are only from MEAD or MAP. So this is exponential smoothing is important. And coming to sequencing, n jobs and 1 mission, n jobs and 2 missions. There are 2 models are very important in this, n jobs and 1 mission and n jobs and 2 missions. In the recent papers, we find question related to n jobs and 2 missions only. Here Johnson's algorithm we use. And in this SPT, EDD, both are important. So just make it simple. First you can focus on n jobs and 1 mission using SPT, EDD. What is the advantage of SPT? Minimum F bar is possible, EDD minimum T bar. Okay, such kind of questions you can handle. Only these 2 headings you can focus on sequencing and scheduling. Next, transportation models. You may be finding only 1 mark question, that to number of variables, number of constraints, number of non-redundant constraints, particularly mathematical model related questions. M by n matrix, how many decision variables are there, how many basic variables, and what is non-degenerate condition. And apart from that, you may be finding question related to northwest corner method, least cost method, Vogel's approximation method. They mention the name of the method and you have to get this solution. So total cost you have to find out. Rarely they will ask minimum transportation cost. If they ask minimum transportation cost, it is understood that initial solution and optimal solution, both you have to apply. So initial solution as well as optimal solution. But time is a constraint. So in examination, examiner is also focusing on time. Okay, don't think that a lengthy question you can expect. Like lengthy question you will get, but at the same time some logic is there. You are taking more than 2 minutes, it is understood that your approach is wrong. Okay? And coming to assignment models, Hungarian's algorithm is important, simple. So my suggestion, transportation assignment, very interesting. So you can take them first. Linear programming, assignment, transportation, that is up to you. But frequency less. In last year, okay, there was a question from assignment model. Before that, 1 question is there, and almost 5-6 years papers, there were no questions, either from transportation as well as assignment model. Not only GATE, even I am talking about ESE also. And MRP, inputs and outputs generally we get. Rarely we will get questions in the recent paper. There was a question related to bill of materials. So very simple question, and a bill of materials make product structure given with different items and different sub-assemblies. You have to find out the parts or components to produce end product. It's a BOM was given. And aggregate planning and PPC, of course, line balancing, of course, under this heading only. Assembly line balance. Even though it is not specified, but there is a chance of getting question from line balancing, that to cycle time, production rate, then how to decide the cycle time, then what is the line efficiency. Okay, such kind of question. Apart from that, different strategies we have: hiring and firing the labor, subcontracting, vary the production time, regular time, overtime, inventory, shortages, and what is the total cost of the plan, minimum total cost and best strategy. Such kind of questions we will get under aggregate planning. And apart from that, PPC, rarely we will get question related to PPC functions. Okay. And break even, of course, this is not there in syllabus, but however there were questions related to break even value. Very simple, total cost and total revenue equate. So two formulas we have: Q star is equal to fixed cost divided by SP minus VC. Break even sales is equal to break even volume into SP, selling price, and P by V ratio. So if you know P by V ratio, then like SP minus VC by SP, and BS is nothing but fixed cost divided by P by V ratio. 2-3 formulas if you remember enough. And which plan is good? 2-3 plans available. Which plan is good? Which plan is not economical? Such kind of questions generally we get in break even. And coming to, of course, line balancing already covered. Lean system. Here you may be finding question related to number of Kanbans. Number of Kanbans, how do you decide number of Kanbans? Number of Kanbans is equal to demand during lead time with some safety factor divided by size of the container, size of the Kanban. So this formula enough. 99%, if you get any numerical, then numerical related to only number of Kanbans. So lead time is generally specified. Demand during lead time is normally average demand mentioned. You can multiply. Daily demand, if you know lead time in days, you can multiply with those things. Alpha is nothing but safety factor, 10%, 15%, 20%. Then C, container size. And some question related to concept, elements of lean. It could be pull system or quality at source, minimum lot size, quick setups, these kind of concepts generally we get. And what are the waste? Other than value addition is nothing but waste only. How to eliminate the waste? Then what are the limitations of lean? What are the advantages of lean? And how it is different from inventory control? Okay, these are the possible questions. Anyways, so one more session is there, my dear student. Tomorrow I'm going to take one session, and there I'm going to concentrate on 2-3 important topics. So with some numericals. I'll give you, I'm going to present the best methodology and the simple techniques to solve those problems. Okay. So have a strategy and prepare a best strategy and follow that strategy. So when you are preparing a plan or strategy, think once and twice whether your strategy is correct or not. And moreover, you can revise your strategy also. Okay, start with some plan and even some target, and you try to improve the target. Okay, so I wish you all the best.
My name is Gaurav Kumar. I have secured All India Rank 1 in GATE 22 in Electrical Engineering. I was enrolled in ACE Academy offline coaching. The ACE Academy really helped me develop a strong basic required for GATE exam. I was also enrolled in ACE Academy online test series. The questions in ACE Academy online test series were very good and helped me develop a strong temperament required for the exam. My tips for the future aspirants who are preparing for GATE exam will be that you should have a very clear plan and strategy, like how you have to approach the exam, and also believe in yourself and do hard work, because if you have a very good plan and clear strategy, and if you will work hard, you will definitely achieve your goal. Thank you. My name is Gaurav Kumar. I have secured All India Rank 1 in GATE 22 in Electrical Engineering. I was enrolled in ACE Academy offline coaching. The ACE Academy really helped me develop a strong basic required for GATE exam. I was also enrolled in ACE Academy online test series. The questions in ACE Academy online test series were very good and helped me develop a strong temperament required for the exam. My tips for the future aspirants who are preparing for GATE exam will be that you should have a very clear plan and strategy, like how you have to approach the exam, and also believe in yourself and do hard work, because if you have a very good plan and clear strategy and if you will work hard, you will definitely achieve your goal. Thank you. My name is Gaurav Kumar. I have secured All India Rank 1 in GATE 22 in Electrical Engineering. I was enrolled in ACE Academy offline coaching. The ACE Academy really helped me develop a strong basic required for GATE exam. I was also enrolled in ACE Academy online test series. The questions in ACE Academy online test series were very good and helped me develop a strong temperament required for the exam. My tips for the future aspirants who are preparing for GATE exam will be that you should have a very clear plan and strategy, like how you have to approach the exam, and also believe in yourself and do hard work, because if you have a very good plan and clear strategy and if you will work hard, you will definitely achieve your goal. Thank you. My name is Gaurav Kumar. I have secured All India Rank 1 in GATE 22 in Electrical Engineering. I was enrolled in ACE Academy offline coaching. The ACE Academy really helped me develop a strong basic required for GATE exam. I was also enrolled in ACE Academy online test series. The questions in ACE Academy online test series were very good and helped me develop a strong temperament required for the exam. My tips for the future aspirants who are preparing for GATE exam will be that you should have a very clear plan and strategy, like how you have to approach the exam, and also believe in yourself and do hard work, because if you have a very good plan and clear strategy and if you will work hard, you will definitely achieve your goal. Thank you.